everybody, Nick here, and I got a review for you today of something absolutely silly. The last two videos have been reviews of very high-speed, low-drag, serious tactical operator knives, and that's not my style, and so I'd like to get back to something a little bit more lighthearted, and I'm going to do that by reviewing a top. That's right, it's a freaking top. A little spinny thing that you turn and it goes like that, over and over and over again. This one is by Prometheus lights, and believe it or not, I'm not the only insane person out there. There are a bunch of people in the ADC world who are now carrying tops because they're entertaining, and they're well manufactured, and there's a lot in common between the crazy machining tolerances in a knife and in a top, or in a pen, or something like that. So, this particular one, like I said, is the Prometheus Lights Lambda solid brass top with ruby insert. That's right, that's a freaking ruby. We'll get there. And it's made by Prometheus Lights. It's the same guy who makes the Alpha pen, which is my favorite pen of all time. Also makes the Alpha flashlight, which is a really cool light. I had one for a while. I didn't use it enough to justify the price, so I sent it along to a new owner. But nonetheless, he makes really cool stuff, and I want to support him. So I figured I'd give it a try. And give it a review. The good, the bad, and the ugly here. And it's kind of weird to review a top, because I can't talk about the action. I can't talk about, timekeeping accuracy. It's just a freaking top. But nonetheless, I'll do my best. The good is that it's really well made. It's a solid freaking chunk of brass, except there's a hole in the middle to help the weight distribution. It's nicely machined. You can see that the knurling here is very precisely done. And it feels nice in the hand. No real sharp edges. It's well done, just as I would expect from Jason Hoy and Prometheus Lights. It's got a freaking ruby in it. Again, this is a gem. I finally get to say it. Yeah, this right here is a freaking gem. It's a lab-grade ruby, just like you would find in an engagement ring. And it's radiused very precisely, which means that the point of contact with the surface is very, very small. And because it's a ruby, it's got a lot of wear resistance, so it'll keep going for a long time. A little fragile is the consequence of the ruby, but, that's okay. This isn't a toy for kids, necessarily. And I'm hoping you can see that at the right light angle, there's a little bit of light that comes through that ruby. And it's just really pretty. You can see that, and it's just nice. So that's good. And then finally, the really cool thing about this is that it spins forever. If you put it on a dinner plate or something, or apparently if you put it on like a concave mirror or lens, it goes forever and ever and ever. I can get 6 or 10 minute spins out of this, no problem at all. And that's pretty cool, especially for people who are used to really crappy childhood kind of tops. So, yeah. The bad is that this has absolutely no functional value in your life whatsoever. If this doesn't make you smile, it does absolutely nothing for you. The only thing I can remotely think is maybe a functional use is that if you set it down on a plate or something like that and start it spinning, you've got about 6 to 10 minutes before it falls over. And so it makes kind of a weird probabilistic timer. Sometimes it'll be 6, sometimes it'll be 10, whatever. And that's a good amount of time if you, for instance, get some really hot tea, sit down on your desk, and you want to figure out how long it will be until you can drink it. When your top falls over, you drink your tea. Or it gives you, I'm going to spend 10 minutes on this email and not a minute more. That gives you a nice little kind of timer, if you will. But that's pushing it. Even then, it's not that really... Yeah, this is not a functional object. The ugly is the price. Buy this new and you're paying like $85 or something like that, which is a lot of money for a top. It's a nicely crafted object. It's got a freaking ruby in it. It's a gem. But that doesn't mean that it's worth that much money to you. You can't really give it to a kid because it's a little too fragile. The ruby part, if you drop it on a hard surface, it's done for. It might crack. And that's no good because then you don't have anything at all. You just have a little brass fishing weight. And that's no good. So that's kind of the ugly part. If you're willing to spend $85 on a top that's really well made, that spins forever and is kind of cool, then okay, by all means. If not, you don't. So, final recommendation, should you buy one of these? Honestly, you know already at this point in the video if you want to buy one of these. If you're Googling it, you think that it's kind of cool to have a really well-made top. And in that case, this is a really well-made top, and it's pretty cool. It's got a freaking ruby in it. And so if this makes any variety of sense to you, then do it. It's a great little toy, but that's really all it is. On the other hand, if you're looking at this video and going, what the hell is this guy thinking? Where is the unsubscribe button? I am out of here. In that case, don't buy the freaking top, because it's not really your style anyways. So, it's a cool little object. Is it a functional one? No. Is this going to be in my life for a long time? I don't know. Got a good enough deal on it. I may send it down the road later on if I get bored, or maybe it'll stick around. But it's a nicely made object from a good American-made manufacturer, and, you know, it's kind of nice. So, there you go. This is your Prometheus Lights Lambda solid brass top. It's kind of cool. It spins forever, and it's a freaking top. I hope this has been mildly interesting for you and provided a little bit of levity. And have yourself a wonderful rest of your day.